and he's not here to pick on. Oh boy. Good evening. Tractor pullers, truck and tractor pullers, antique pullers all around. Thanks for joining DELMARVA Live show number 3 already. Show number 3. So by all means, like, subscribe, share, and share away, man. Thumbs up. We want this show to take off and run. And lots of information to share tonight. We got a couple of familiar faces back and a couple new faces and all in between. So I'm not going to take up a whole lot of time. I'm just going to be the goob in the background here. Is going to take care of stuff, and we're going to turn it over to Olan Simpkins. If you haven't heard of him, I don't know. You must be sleeping or living in a cave. So, but we've got some people here that he's going to introduce, and I'm going to try to keep up. We've got some flyers to show and stuff. So, by all means, real quick, behind me, you're going to see Mad About Cancer. We did a show last night on the Eat Pulling video show, and Roswell in New York is a big cancer center that has pretty much saved Adam Drought's life. And he's doing quite well, and they are really, really advancing the science of cancer cure. And we're doing everything we can to pitch in and help him raise some money, as we have done the last 2 years. You can visit his Facebook page, Mad About Cancer. That's MAD, About Cancer. Adam Drought. You can go to his Facebook page anyway, and $5, $10, whatever. It goes a long way, and it's much appreciated. Olan, it's yours.
All right, guys. Glad y'all are here. I got some fine guests on tonight. Have some other guests waiting to get on, but they had high school proms, graduations. I got other ones out baling hay or no reception, and he's out taking care of fire duties. He's a fireman tonight. He had a fire call, had to disappear for that. We know volunteer firemen are very important, so we'll give him the excuse for right now. All right, but he'll be back. We don't know when, but we're moving on. We have Don Hilkert and Greg Remley with the Central PA area. We have Nicole Morrison from the Delta, Maryland, PA area. She's got things going on. She's trying to motivate a group up there.
Better known as Mason-Dixon.
Mason-Dixon, sorry. And then we have Carl Davis. And who was you got with you there, Carl? One more time.
Kyle Korn.
All right. He's from Canandaigua, New York. They got a big, yes, the top of Finger Lake. Beautiful place. Up there, they got the main John Deere track of the East Coast, I guess. The whole East Coast, isn't it? For the most part. Where the biannual migration is, where all the deers go every 2 years. Anyway, he's got a big bracket pool coming up. We're going to talk to him. We have local pulling going on. DELMARVA's first pull, I think, is June 3rd, I believe. 2 weeks from now, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. We're in Arundel Fairgrounds, Crownsville. They're pulling at noon. Good pull there. Some of DELMARVA will probably go there. We have Southern Maryland this weekend going on down Leonardtown. They got a fair going. St. Mary's County. They got a fair going on down there. It's going to be great pulling down there. Great fair. Face painting, a whole bunch of stuff on Facebook. Then we have the Southwest Virginia. They had their pool canceled last week. The rain. They're rescheduled this week somewhere at Lake. Down by a lake there. What was it? I can't pronounce the town. David, maybe look it up for me. Fill me in. And so we got, and then I seen some others on Facebook. I don't even know. Kempton? Was it a Kempton I seen, guys? This weekend or next weekend? Kempton Fair coming up. But most importantly, I'm going to jump back and I'm going to talk with Greg for a little bit. We have Trout Run this weekend, which is going to be a very good pull up above Williamsport, PA. You got a flyer there for us for Trout Run?
I'm working with you and 3 other people. Stay tuned. Sorry.
Yeah, that pull ain't this weekend. The one for a flyer.
Isn't that this Trout Run this weekend? What's this weekend for Trout Run?
They're having a trout. Yeah, there's a pull at Trout Run this weekend, but for that flyer, I believe that's
okay. But the pull this weekend is a regular pull, but they're running special classes.
Yeah, they're running 45, 55, 65 money classes and another non-cut money class.
All right. While we're talking about that, Greg, tell us what them classes mean. It's a small tire division, mostly pulled in Pennsylvania, North Pennsylvania, Central Pennsylvania. Explain the small tire division so everybody understands what that means.
So we're running 16.9 34s, and then 15.5 38 small tire any cut. Most of them are pulling 18-inch back, 20-inch high draw bars.
And what's the speed?
3.5 miles an hour.
Would you say it's one of the most competitive little things to get into? You can get into.
That's our toughest class in Central PA. Yes,
It's toughest for on the driver, tractor, everything. It's a high skill set class, isn't it?
the competition. There's more tractors in those class, and they're all tough competition.
Because a lot of the areas of the country doesn't even understand that concept. They're still 16.9s and
16.9 38s.
38s and stuff, and they don't understand the small tire division of pulling. And I think in the last year, you even got to change 2 years. You got to change up from just being top cut to any cut, because just to find the tires is a challenge in itself.
Yeah, that's correct. There's only one pool now that does just top cut only, but they're already talking about changing to
Where's
any
that?
cut.
Where's that, Greg?
West End Fairgrounds.
Yeah, I don't even want to tell you how far Dave Jones went to get a set of 16.9 34s and how much aggravation he went through to get a set. It's bad. It's bad. So getting tires is a big problem. And then so once you get them, you kind of want to extend the life as much as you can. And in that class, it's not unusual to see a tire with big packs and balance wire in it, or a bolt through it here or there. It's to take care of a good set of tires. It's not unusual.
Well, that's why a lot of us went to any cut for that, is because you do find the 15.5, they're wore out, so it just brings them back to life.
Yeah.
Okay. And then after that poll next weekend, where is what's going on?
We have one up there at Forksville, up Sullivan County Fairgrounds, PA. It's a Don Remley Memorial Pool.
That's a very unique track. What's it? Fairground, 170-year-old fairgrounds.
Yeah.
It's a little triangular with an amphitheater on the side of the mountain there for the bleachers, and
He's got the flyer for the pool.
Track got a little right turn in it. Pretty neat environment to go pulling in.
Yeah, and up there, what we're doing up there is in the morning, 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock start time.
We're running small tire, 45,
45, 55, 65, and 75.
and then when we get done with that, we'll take a little break, rework the track, and then jump into our big tires.
Now, your big tires, I think you changed the speed limit from typical 6 to a 5, is it?
That's correct.
Yes.
And a lot of tractors, I believe, bring a set of tires and actually change tires and go back and pull again.
Yep, that's legal. So
It's not unusual, is it?
no, we all do it.
There's a benefit, and I think there's a little payback or something going on there, correct?
So everything's a payback, but the King of the Hill classes for Don Remley. What we do with that money is it either gets sent right to St. Jude's, or what we're doing is building a raffle tractor, and we're going to donate that money from the raffle to the St. Jude's then once it's sold.
That's very nice right there.
That's something Don was really passionate about, with St. Jude's and cancer. So especially after he ended up with it.
What are you building?
Come on.
Or is that?
I bet it's green. I bet it's green.
It's on your G, right?
yeah. It's a 47, I believe. 46.
That would be a style deer.
It would be a style G, yes.
Okay.
What's it going to be? Love that. Question of the night.
What do you think?
No, I figured it'd be a John Deere. I just
I just had to do it. Sorry, David. Didn't mean to do that to you.
That's okay.
I'll get him.
It's a good question.
No. Let's go back. Some people might not know who Don was. So let's give a little overview of who Don was while we're doing that talking. He was known for pulling G's, John Deere G's. I think the G's that I had, he grew up as a kid driving the same tractors, correct?
He bought that in the early 70s.
Yeah. And he pulled the G's, and he also pulled Stone Boat with him and traveled all across the area with them tractors, correct?
Yeah, yes.
Mm-hmm. So very, very well known as a very skilled G driver, actually. Quite impressive to watch him drive one. So that, and then after that, what will we have on the schedule there, Greg?
In Pennsylvania, we'll have June 3rd, we'll have the pull at Center Hall.
And tell us some more about that one.
That's same thing. So what we'll do is we'll pull 5, 55, 6, and 65 small tire in the morning. And then we'll take the top 15 tractors and points and have a small bracket. And after their pull off for that, and I believe that's going to be a $500 win for the bracket. It's going to pay first and second this year. And then we'll move back up to the 6 mile an hour class and do the same classes, 5, 55, 6, and 65.
Does that mean it'd be one sled or two?
Say that again?
Would it be one sled or two sleds?
It'll be one sled. We'll be hooking to Don Hilkert's sled.
The green one?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
What they do there is you can pull 3 classes and keep your best 2 hooks for your points.
And that's a very good track too.
That track's a tough track.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's almost deceiving when you go into the fairgrounds. You like go up the road and turn in this 2-lane driveway and like, well, there's nothing back there. Then you just crest the hill and it's like, oh, amazing what's waiting for you. You know,
That's a big fair.
So it's pretty good track to go to, and it's always generally, I believe, always well run most of the time I've been there. I've not been there all the time, but
So I misspoke on the payout on that. It's $350 for first for the mini bracket and $150 for second. And then it's also every class pays out.
okay.
It's 50% payback on all classes.
Okay. And so what we have after that, will we be talking about there next, Greg?
Well,
We got that this month of May.
we got a pool coming up. I'll let
May.
Donnie talk about it.
All right, what we have is a John Esseline or the Esseline family benefit pool, May 28th. 75% of the money goes to the Esseline family they lost both their barns, all their equipment. So we're going to do that to help them. Starts at 10 a.m. We're going to pull pretty much everything from 3,000 up to 13,000. What else is
That's going to be non-cut.
cut 6 mile an hour. They're going to do, I think, a Chinese auction. So people are donating stuff for that. I know I'm forgetting something else.
Small
That's
tire.
That's on a Sunday.
That'll be on a Sunday. We have a regular pull on Saturday, the 27th. And then we're just going to pull on Sunday, the 28th for them guys.
And that's at Washingtonville track, right?
Yes.
Paul Wartz is Paul Wartz like coordinator for that one?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to have a couple other clubs involved with us, like I think it's Nesbith, Trout Run, and Middle Creek Show. They're going to also be helping us with that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's something
John lives about how far from that track? Like 5-10 minutes away?
Yeah, about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's something that that's something we have up here. Our groups are so close in distance wise, but still as in friendships. That means a lot. That's how we can keep pulling like we're pulling up here. So we try not to step on toes, but it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, it happens, right? It's tractor pulling.
It does.
All right.
There's too many pools.
You can belt pull every weekend there in Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe 2 or 3 times a night during the week too.
Yeah.
I think they do.
It's been
During
done.
fair season.
During fair
That one's
season.
the only places you could wear out a tractor, just pulling.
Yeah, you wear a set of cuts out. So then after that, we have. I'll be back to you, Carl, because you have a. Carl has a pull on the same exact date as the S1 benefit pull, and we'll be back talking about that. But he's a considerable distance away, and it's a whole different atmosphere of what's going on, and it's so we want to talk about that also. But after the S1 pull, is it Sealands Grove coming up?
Yeah, so Sealands Grove's having a pull on oh boy. I got it right here. They're having their pull Middle Creek at that's going to be on June 17th. They're pulling 45, 5, 55, 6, 65, small tire, $20 a hook, 70% payback for the top 3 places. And then same thing there, you're going to pull 4 classes and keep your top 3 best hooks. And then they're having like a it's called King of Middle Creek. So whoever has the top 10 in points will have a pull off, and then first place will pay 500, 300, and 200 for third place. Same thing, everything's pretty much 18 inches back drawbar, 20-inch high, and that's all small tire too. So
You can stay pretty busy there that day pulling.
Yeah.
that's gonna get I believe there's gonna be some tractors there.
Doesn't Sealands Grove have another pool listed as well?
And that's 4 miles an hour.
Okay, that's a 4 mile an hour small tire.
Yes.
And they've done some work to their track in the last year too, haven't they?
Yeah, they widened it a little bit and then added some new clay to it, so it hooks up pretty good.
Don't they have another pool coming up in Sealands Grove later on or something?
They have a mini mod and a couple of 6 and 8 mile an hour classes. I'm not sure when that is. I didn't really look at that one too hard.
They have their antique show here May 19th and 20th. That's a weekend to show.
So as you can see, that's a pretty good pulling available between Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania. Now we're going to talk about. Do you have another one before I jump up to New York State?
Not for the next 2 months. We don't. We got a bunch coming up in September, July, end of July and September
and October.
This was a preview of what we'd be talking about in September and October. Give me a preview real quick.
One of them in October, that's the 14th. Something we're trying at Washingtonville. We're going to run 3250 to 4250. We're going to cater all small tractors. 9 cut,
3 mile an hour.
3 mile an hour, 3.5 top cut or any cut, small tire, big tire, 6 mile an hour, and open.
Oh, and lightweight tractors.
Yes, it'll be 250 pound each different class. So something we're going to try, see if we can get tractors. There's a lot of small tractors, so we're going to cater to them for once.
There's some nasty little Super Cs up there in Washingtonville. Woo-wee.
Yeah, and then we got a Burr Hill pull.
Oh, yeah.
That's September. That's going to be a real good pull. I
Didn't
think
they have last year during a hurricane and they're the only one stay dry?
Yeah, we never got a drop of rain up there. We averaged 30 tractors in those classes. So, that's all small tire, any cut. Same thing, 45 to 65 every 500 pounds. Man, that paid back great. That's $25 a hook, $5 to the club, $5 to the championship class, which was 5,500, and then they paid back the other $15 for the top three places. So it averages out to right around 82% payback.
That's pretty aggressive payback right there.
Yeah, I mean it's a good pull. They're a great club, to jump in there with.
Now, where is that at? What town is it in? Trout Run. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
No, that's in Burr Hill. That's going to be up in Tunkhannock, PA.
Okay, you got the wrong
Okay,
one.
there's a different flyer up right now.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't forgotten because we were going to move on after the one he's talking about now. So I went ahead and put this one up. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So yeah, this is June. This is the poll that we were talking about there at Quiggles. They're going to be busy that day, but if you look at the paybacks on that's going to be a great poll to get to.
Go ahead and explain why you got her up there, Greg.
So we're running the same classes at 45 to 65. In the final, you got to make the top. I think it was 8 in points, and then that's going to winner takes all. So same payback fee. $5 of every tractor is going to go into that. For all 5 of those classes will go into that championship class. And winner would take all for that. Then they're having a non-cut bracket pull for non-cut. $52.50. It's $40 a hook, 3.5 miles an hour, small tire. Now the drawbar on that, because it's non-cut, is going to be 24 back, 18 high. Pretty much, you can see it. It's going to be a busy day, and there's going to be quite a few tractors at that too.
And that's just one day only, or will they have a pool or something?
Well, it's a whole weekend pool there, but this is their big pool. This is a one day only here for this.
What would they be doing the other days?
Having the same classes, just a show. You'll see a lot more just stock tractors running.
And will they do double tree or anything too?
I'm not going to answer that one. I will get back to you on that one.
Okay, well, just check, just general questions.
Ask them and just find out a little bit.
All right, so that's a right good bit going on for one area of the country right there. Anthony Arnold, what's he have to say?
Famous Mr. Greg Remley.
Oh, that's nice to have a support group like that.
I don't know if that was support.
Well, we're on the positive side of things right here. Anyway, so
Almost got to turn the lights on. We're getting off dark.
yeah, Dave got to give me my lights back. He's running me in the dingies.
We can see you.
That's good.
They're getting better looking though.
There you go.
All right. I'm glad I am.
All right. Carl,
Yes, sir.
I want to hear all about Canandaigua because you guys have you're going out on a limb. You're doing something new to your area. You got a list of really, really good tractors already signed up. It's impressive what that list looks like. It looks like the baddest G competition already on the bracket pool, and it's pretty impressive. So let's go with that. Let's hear what you have to say.
Well, it's something that our committee decided to try out this year. We've been talking about it, for the last 3 or 4 years?
3 years or so, it was brought up to us. And I think at our fall poll, we put, if you count every night we probably pull 5 or 6 nights a year at our showgrounds. And our fall poll, a couple of guys were talking about a bracket poll. So I think we were sitting there and he said, why not try one? So this winter we got together with our group of guys and we came up with our bracket poll breakdown, and pretty sure we've got something set up that's pretty decent to run with. So like I said, I think last night we hit 32 tractors pre-registered already on a 64 bracket. So we're pretty happy with that, being a little under a month out from our poll. So I know there's quite a little bit of pulling going on. So I think some guys are waiting around just to make sure on that. So the flyer he's got up now, that's kind of our general spring poll that we put on Memorial Day weekend. That's going to focus on our Saturday event. We pull 3 classes of mile per hour there. We do 3, 4, and 6. 3 is our standard stock ones, 4 is top cut, and 6 is any cut. Go in 500-pound increments at that pole. Same general hitch that everyone else is running, 18 back, 20 high. Normally get a pretty good turnout. We average 220 hooks that day. So hopefully Sunday we'll have everything working with us and do a pretty good bracket pole for the first time out.
We pay out pretty well too. If we get the full 64, it's $2,500 to win. You know, that's a pretty good purse to take home with you if you manage to take a win.
Well, it's going to be a pretty stiff competition by the list of names I was reading. We got Richard here now. He's done firefighting for right now.
For the moment, anyway.
For the moment, till his page or whatever goes off. Say hi to Carl. You know.
I'm sorry, I forgot to play the presidential entrance.
I'm so glad you forgot. It's okay.
We can back up and take time out.
No. Just show a picture of the weight falling off again.
Yeah.
I'm a nice guy. What can I say?
Yeah, Dave's here for support.
Carl and Kyle.
How you doing? Nice. We also had the John Deere Expo there this year too, shortly after.
What's that like? Well, us Farmall guys aren't really invited to bring tractors. So you gotta tell us a little bit about it.
Well,
so this is our first. It's going to be new to us. We were just put on with it here a couple weeks ago. The people that normally run it aren't going to do it this year, so we're learning as we go. We haven't heard a list of classes that they run there yet, because we mainly put the show on. There used to be a guy that did it, and we'd let him use our sled, and now he's not doing it anymore. So this is our first year of doing it, so we're still waiting on the classes that they're going to pull and stuff like that. So we're kind of just going to wing it and see what comes our way.
We'll be building the track and running the equipment and whatnot. So if you've pulled on our track before, it'll be the same tightness and be the same style track as you're used to for our spring and fall pull.
So yeah, that's all we got on the John Deere side. Yeah, there's our bracket poll that we're gonna. That kind of tells what's going to go on.
So the day before we have our normal springtime poll. I don't know if you have the flyer that shows those classes.
I don't know if I got that up or not.
Yeah, you got the bracket poll.
That's the
right
bracket
now.
poll there, but it's a 2-day poll here for Memorial Day weekend. There's plenty of camping and water. There'll be food, everything. So you come up for the weekend and have a good time and do some tractor pulling.
Yeah, I'd say that is one good track to pull on too. You're going to know what you got a sled behind you on that one. Very good track.
Yeah, we run 2 sleds. That was, I think, 5 or 6 years ago. We purchased another self-propelled sled. We were going to think about trying to do a kind of a small tire bracket pull that day with a big tire, but we figured the first year out, we better just focus on one kind of and go that way, because a lot of guys were like, well, what class you going to go? You're going to miss the little guys. And we said, well, if we go too light, we're going to eliminate a bunch of the bigger guys. So I said, well, the first year out, we'll do a big tire, and maybe next year or something, we might try. We got 2 sleds, so maybe we'll do a small tire pull, or same time, try to run 2 brackets, maybe see if that might work, or maybe we're getting in over our head too much.
Another thing we added this year is we have a speed readout board that'll be at the end of the track. So if you don't have any GPS on your tractor for a speedometer or anything, you won't need it. We'll have that one provided.
Now you guys got 100-foot cone up there, or how?
Yeah,
Yep.
we run a cone. It actually is about the 140 mark or something like that is where we kind of set it. Yeah, so that's kind of where we run it. Normally about 140, 130 foot.
So anything past that, you're disqualified.
You can blow that horn right up to the line, and as soon as that front pan crosses, we run off the front of the sled. So as soon as that front of the sled of the pan crosses it and it blows after that, you're DQ'd.
What is the length of an average hook at that track?
Well, 300 foot. We've got 350 to work with. We normally set our sled up probably averaging 270, 280 is that. We can pull the sled back and go 340 foot. We run a big pole on the night of our steam show that runs super farms and stuff like that. And I think we got 350 foot to work with. So probably that 280, 290 foot is going to be where we're working at normally.
I think Center Hall's got another long track too, don't they? Center Hall's track's pretty long, with almost 400.
Yeah, they're like 380.
Yeah, and then Forksville is what? 250?
About 200, 220.
Yeah.
And it goes around the bend, so.
Yeah, you can make more distance on the turn. Anyway, it's always interesting to hear what a track is and how one sets the pull up, with a cone, without a cone. Do you have a distance board or just the speed sign? Right.
We don't have a distance board this year. We're gonna work on it next year. The club that the New York Steam Engine Association, they gave us a budget to work within for repairs and stuff. So we figured if we get the speed board this year, maybe next year we'll get the distance board and work off of that.
Agtronics don't exactly give them things away.
No, they don't. We just sent the check in here a couple weeks ago for it. So we'll see. But we're lucky enough. We got Agtronics on both sleds. So that's nice going down the road if we wanted to do a double bracket pull or something, big tire, small tire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you run a wobble wheel roller or you run?
Yep, we run wobble wheel roller. One of our members built a 450 Farmall last year, a couple years ago, with a center scraper. We're trying to come up with a tractor to put one in for the club, but every year we find something. We're a day late or $1 short trying to get it. So someday we'll have a nice 40-20 or something with a belly scraper towing that wobble wheel roller. So we'll go off of that someday.
We got a mister on the back of our scraper, so we missed every trip up and down the track. We're misting water on just to keep the moisture in there. So that makes a big difference if you keep that sprayer going. Keeps that track tight.
Let me get this straight. So the biannual migration of the deer is going to have a Farmall scraping the track for the deer.
Well, it's kind of looking that way, isn't it?
It kind of is.
I just had to check a little small detail there.
We might have to tape some cardboard to the side of it so nobody really knows what it is.
That's okay, but at least we know what's getting happening here. We got a work day. You got any questions for Canandaigua? You've never been to Canandaigua.
I've never been to Canandaigua.
Dave, you been there?
I know where it is. I've never been there pulling though.
No. I like it. I like to go there. I love to go back.
I've heard you shift down about 3 gears.
Well,
you heard correct.
that and what's the other one next door to you? The other track near you, Pinyan.
Yeah,
that's one.
Called the same clay that they're both made out of.
Yep.
So
they're pretty good play tracks, that's for sure.
Yeah,
we spent a lot of time grooming the track and trying to make it the best track that you can pull on, really. So,
and you got good parking and all.
Oh yeah,
we got good parking. We just bought a big set of bleachers for the place, 150 foot long, 15 rows high. So should
big RV parking.
Well, there's enough to park haulers and stuff like that. We've got 40 acres to park on. So whatever you need, we'll park.
Plenty of room.
All right, guys.
Yeah, Richard shows up and they get all fuzzy.
I had to turn the lights on.
I know, because we know Richard's afraid of the dark. We know that.
Well, I'm far from afraid of the dark. I don't have enough residual other light coming in.
So
the sun went down.
We're gonna take a little quick break to Nicole. Hi, Nicole. How's things at Mason-Dixon? What you got?
Hopefully,
Olan Grove coming up too.
Yeah, I have 2 of them coming up.
We got some of these polls on the same day as Spawn Grove because I looked at it, and one of them was on the same day as you had that nighttime poll that's pretty lively at Spawn Grove.
Yes. Yeah, we have it June 24th and June 25th.
Right. And that's Spawn Grove?
Yes.
And that for guys down this way, that's a pretty good poll. Parking's going to be a little tough on that one, but it's going to be good pulling. Tell us a little bit about that one because I know you run that one.
Yeah, that's been my other one. Saturday night, the 24th. Our classes will be the 3,000 up to the 15.5, running the 6 mile an hour, 10 mile an hour, and open, as well as jackpot classes like we did last year. We'll keep that one up to date as well on my Mason-Dixon page since I do both of them. I just do one big page for it all.
And what's a jackpot class, Jim and Nicole?
We're going to be doing 37.50, 52.50, 77.50, 92.50, and 11.750.
And what speed would that most likely be?
We're going to do all the speeds.
In a jackpot.
Yep.
And how many hooks would you limit somebody to, say, on a night like that?
Since we're starting early, we're probably going to do 3.
So that's going to be a pretty good doctors in that area to come to. Yes. So Southern Pennsylvania, Maryland, probably on the radar pretty much on that one because that's a really good track too.
Yes.
It got a 2-story announcer stand, but don't do the hula dance out there because it kind of wobbles last time I was in it.
It still does.
I was gonna say Seal Grove wobbles too.
No, it's not. It's not as good as this one. Long Grove got a good wobble to it.
There is no support.
Yeah, it's kind of. I bet you it moves 2 to 4 inches.
I ain't going up there.
Yeah,
We're getting just time out here. We're getting some feedback from somebody.
okay. Richard.
Not quite
Me,
sure.
I didn't do it.
Well, it wasn't happening until he walked in. So
Definitely Richard then.
My magnetic personality. What do you want me to tell you?
So now let's talk a little bit about the Mason-Dixon Fair and your other pool you have, Nicole.
Our first pool for Mason-Dixon is June 17th. That's the 3.5 mile an hour and the 6 mile an hour antiques. The 3.5 is non-cut, 6 mile an hour is any cut, as well as our 6 mile an hour classic classes.
Is there a payback or trophy or what happens?
We have new prizes for this year coming up. We have little weights made out with our pooling names and everything on it. Then our fair is in July. That's going to be our bigger nights.
What date would that be in July? I know the antiques generally pull like the middle of the week.
Yes, Wednesday the 12th.
And that would be a 2-hook night, and generally it's 6 and 3.5, right?
Yes. And we run 2 sleds.
2 sleds. All right. Then you have the invitational one coming up somewhere in there.
The Friday the 14th.
Of what month?
July.
Okay, July. And that's a pretty good hook night there too.
Yes, and
a little bit.
we're still working on the classes. We're only going to run so many classes. That's why it's an invitation only, because that's the same night as our truck pools at the fair. So we don't want to go too long so that we can still get our trucks in, because they're one of our bigger events.
Nicole, how long is your track?
We could probably pull up to like 350.
Yep. And most hooks are generally 240, 320,
Yeah,
depending on the tractor.
and depending on the operator of the sled.
So that's a pretty busy schedule.
Yes.
Well, you have to say there, Richard.
I see you filling up your.
Tractor back together.
For what?
Any of them.
Any of them.
Yeah.
Something.
And you still have, like I said, two Saturdays from now, Crownsville and Anne Arundel running. I was hoping to have Mr. Marty Gladhill tell us what's happening out in Frederick, Maryland. I'm always pushing his button for the Glad Hill track. They run 2 sleds out there, and the last time I was out there, they put new dirt on it. It was phenomenal. Then you go on down to Leonardtown, and what's this weekend, Richard? Let's track. You're more familiar with that.
Leonardtown is pulling this weekend. The Southern Maryland Antique Power Club has a 2-day pull.
Feedback is you, Nicole. Sorry.
It's okay, JR. Basically, the way they're going to run it this weekend is 2,500 to 5,500 pulls on Saturday, 6,000 to, I want to say, 12,000 pulls on Sunday. And this year, according to the rules, they're pulling 3.5 stock up to our 8-mile-an-hour style classes for tractors with, shall we say, cut tires and modifications. So if anybody's around, they can pop down there, go down there and help them out. They're trying to get their extra divisions off the ground. So show up, be patient, have a good time. I think it's also one of their fairs. So they'll have some good crafts and food and all those happy things down there if you want to make it a family event.
You could get face painting done.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if you can get face painting done, but
Where was that at, Richard? I'm sorry.
so it's at the St. Mary's County Fairgrounds down in Leonardtown. It's the Southern Maryland Antique Power Club that puts on those pulls. They run a point series for the year. They're trying some different things. You know, we've been pulling with them the last few years, but basically they had one division, so everything was 3.5 top cut. And the if you do run a 3.5 mile an hour tractor, I would go online and review their tire rules before you. Before you show up, I think you're going to be competitive. I mean, they'll still let you hook, but they're one of the clubs that still run tire size goes by your weight class in their 3.5 mile an hour class. So if your tire is bigger than the chart that's on their website, you can still run the class, but you'll be a non-comp tractor.
But they're transitioning.
They are. They made. I was actually talking to their club president yesterday or the day before, one of those days. They've purchased speed and signboards too, so they'll be testing that out to see if all that works. So that'll be new for them. Normally, it's like everywhere else. You got to wait till you hit the horn and figure out to back out a little bit. But they're trying a new sled, trying some new electronics, trying some new classes. So by all means, if it's a reasonable drive, you should go check it out one of those 2 days. The other thing about it being 2 days, you know, if you have a heavy tractor, you just show up and pull. You don't wait all day for the light tractors to pull. You just show up on Sunday and go to work. So most of their days when they do it 2 days, they're normally shorter than what we're used to drudging all day to pull and then load back up and go home.
Is there a central place online to go and see all these different in multiple states, like maybe a tri-state area or a mid-Atlantic, Northeast, or something like that?
One time, Triple H Farm Equipment did one, but I'm not sure the status of that at this point. It's
not updated.
It's not there. And,
It's not there.
No, right now there is not. Central PA Polars try to keep up on it, and the rest of them try to share them around. So they it does get a little hard to keep track of everything.
Well, it'd be nice if you could get representatives from different areas, like okay, let's say DELMARVA, up in Greg and Don's area, Canandaigua, New York, SWATA. It'd be nice to just get, you know what I mean, one central page. I mean, it would be a hell of a page to build.
It would be awesome to have a central calendar.
And just have one long list starting by month. Who's pulling where?
Yep.
That might be something I might be interested in.
Sounds good.
Yep, I second that.
I haven't
I
finished
agree.
yet.
Yeah.
do I
so
send the
do I.
bill to Olin? Do I send the bill to Olin? That's what I want to know.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Send it to DELMARVA. Yeah.
But I think I agree. I think that would
free
be.
dinner at the banquet for it. There you go.
Well, I should get that anyway, right? I'm just kidding. But anyway,
Probably so. But anyway.
but I think I think it's something that needs to happen.
I think that's a really, really
Somehow, I mean, that's a lot of pools to list. I understand it's a lot of work. But if you could get, a good group of guys together to send it to one central location and make an online page for it. Hey, you want to go to an antique pool? You want to know where you can pool? There you go.
Sounds like he's volunteering, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I think he's already been voluntold.
Man, I tell you what, this is the best podcast so far, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
starting in 2024.
You all
Starting
said
in
it's the best
2024.
podcast yet? JR's got us have a central website coming for dates.
A page, not a website, a page. Hold on. I'm out of here. I got enough to do. But if I could get the cooperation of some people to say, here's the list of pools, and then maybe another area, like I know there's a ton of them up around Greg and Don's way. If they could
A
just
list of pools with a flyer attached. If
by month,
possible.
send me an email or send me a message on Messenger. Say, these are the dates. Here is the town. Now
Here's the contact.
Just close running
the contact information and number, and
It'd
obviously
be a good idea.
the classes.
Did you just start
What's your
Facebook page
email?
up?
Yeah.
What's your email?
My email?
Yep.
You don't want to know because you're going to hate it. smokingbinder@hotmail.com. Smoking without a G. Smokingbinder@hotmail.com. My ex-wife was smoking deer, but get it, ex-wife.
Let's get that one.
Where you going there?
Well, see, Nicole doesn't understand that I'm volunteering her services for this webpage thing too. So
No. You volunteered me for way too much.
not me. I didn't do anything.
I didn't want to do the truck pulls.
I didn't volunteer. Did I volunteer you?
Nicole,
Yeah.
what's your email?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's okay. I have it.
Not funny.
I think it's hilarious.
No.
But,
I do 2 tractor pulls plus truck pulls. I'm good.
I do Keystone Nationals. I do East Coast Pro Pulling. I do
Well, that's good for you.
Power Pulling Productions. I do Mason-Dixon Pulls.com. I do. Want me to keep going?
No, I'm
anyway.
good. No more.
Let's think about that for 2024. Seriously, I think
Why
Well,
wait
you
till
can just make a
2020?
page where everyone could post their poll to it and they do it automatically.
we could do that too. That's a good idea. Yeah. I'm old school when it comes to designing. I'm an HTML guy. I don't know if I can. I'm sure I could figure out how to set a page up and have somebody come in and post it. So. But unfortunately, when something like that is done, you spend more time correcting stuff than it would be if you just posted it yourself. So.
Oh yeah, them cancellations and stuff drive me crazy. Oh,
Well, I'm just saying if they post something and it don't take it right, and there's a problem, it shuts the page down. Then I got to go in and fix it and figure out what's wrong. It's just easier to have it sent to one location and then let that person do the posting and stuff. So I think it'd be a good idea.
you think it'll happen like this year, this month?
2024. Are you deaf?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
2024. I can't do it now. It's too late now.
Richard was late to the podcast. He's ready to start.
That's right. 23 just got started. Let's go. Weight broke the wagon. Don't you know that?
But hey, listen.
Well, we'll
if it happens in 24, we've made progress.
That's true.
2024.
If it happens in 24, we've made progress, right? I'm sure Carl, you guys up there can send stuff in. No
Oh,
problem.
absolutely. Without a doubt.
And, I'm sure there's other pools up there. We don't have a clue what's going on.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's 2 other clubs within 20 miles. They got Plan B pullers. They have, I believe, 3 or 4 hooks a year, and the Genesee Valley guys, they have a bunch of hooks.
Where are they at? Just because I didn't know they existed. Tell me about them real quick.
Well, I honestly don't know much about them. I know they have probably one of the neatest looking little sleds they've got. They've got a international tractor on the back of it that's hooked right into it that self-propels itself back and forth. But I think they do, well, they got to be probably doing 8 hooks a year or whatnot. So
it takes a red tractor to stop a green one, right? That's what you're saying.
yeah,
Are they like a 3.5, 6, or open? I heard that.
I think their speed, they pull speed
Yeah,
up
there's
there.
speed and tire size, small tire, big tire. I know Bolton's pull with them some down that way. Donnie Walker would be a good one to talk to about that.
Yeah, Donnie
he pulls
pulls
in
with
that club quite a lot.
Pick it up when you get it.
And then there's Stoneboat boat, and I don't know nothing about Stoneboat. We're flatlanders down here. We don't do that stuff. But that's a whole new world right there.
It is. We used to do a stone bowl pull on Saturday at our steam show, and that draw quite a few tractors just to that. But it's like watching paint dry, but it's all right.
No, some love it. I've seen it. Confuses me. They stand up here.
I think there's a lot more fun off the track at those things than there is on the track.
I see somebody just
I knew there had to be something to it.
somebody just commented saying Genesee Valley classes are NTPA rule based. If that clarifies anything for people.
Well, that kind of changes things a tad bit. A lot of these pulls that we're talking about here are not strict NATPA rule based pulls. What I've seen.
Yeah.
And it's more of a more East Coast road type, but it's a lot of good pulling going on. And there's a lot of good pulls across the country under the same format, to tell you the truth, except they're doing like different no cone, no speed hook, different speed, different tire restrictions, and different tracks and dirts and leads and whatnot. But it's always interesting to do it. Like Richard, his big excitement was I put him on the road walker at Beaver Springs. He had not recovered yet.
That's still different.
And does anybody still have a pace track running at a pool?
What's that now?
Anybody still run a pace tractor? Greg, you know anybody with a pace tractor still?
Yeah, Walton, New York, I think they still run a pace tractor.
Where's that now?
Up at Walton, New York.
Walton.
I think they did last time Don and I was up there. That's been a couple years back now.
I knew Hemlock Fair, their Wednesday poll, they used to do a pace tractor, but I think Genesee Valley got in there with their sled. Now they got Agritronics on it, so
we have one up our way that does it.
Who's that, Nicole?
Washington Borough Manor FFA does it.
But that's pretty selective group of tractors get into that one, isn't it?
A lot of mine go up there.
Okay. What is the pace tractor model that you run? How did you do it? Richard needs to do it. See how happy he is already?
We're here buying tractor parts. You want to go somewhere else?
Pay attention on podcast.
We're buying tractor parts. You don't buy tractor parts.
What model tractor did they run to go? You remember?
They had a little garden tractor that they used, just a little tiny thing.
Huh.
You want me to drive a big tractor and look over the garden tractor?
Yes.
We got to stay as he does it.
Oh, you're getting distracted. That's for sure.
Exactly. No. I'm good.
Where do you see Tractor going, Greg, in the upcoming years, and what's being brought more to life in the central northern PA area? Where do you see it headed to?
I don't see it changing much other than not, the full cut.
Do you see more payback and less pulls, more quality pulls?
Nah, we have quite I'm looking at a list. I could show you a list right here of pulls that we didn't even talk about. So I don't. And
That you
there's
didn't
not
even talk
one-
about it?
Huh?
That you didn't talk about it?
Yeah. I mean,
They're not till later in the year, but
I was gonna say,
our pulls down here, I don't know how you're not gonna get much better payback. I mean, the clubs has got to make money too.
I know, but has that been something that's been happening more in the last couple of years?
Payback's been getting bigger, yes.
Okay.
That's good.
You know, it's been, and it seems to draw more tractors in. So
Well, it has to for the price of fuel to get there. So.
yes, you know, and the competition's so stiff here. One guy ain't walking away with everything. I mean, he went to that Burr Hill pool last year. There were 5 different classes. Not one guy won more than one class.
Well, that's because you didn't have the world's greatest antique puller up there.
Well, yeah, I mean, he should come up this year. I think he's got a set of 15.5s or 16 934s.
Who?
You.
No, I'm not with that.
I don't see it changing much. You know, not in our area. Like I said, we got good pulls everywhere. If we want to pull for money, we can. If we want to go pull for a ribbon, we can. Every weekend, either way.
Do you see it being more small tire tractors, more big?
In our area, I see the 6 mile an hour getting bigger and bigger. The 6 mile an hour is, the last year and a half, we've been pushing tractors, trying to pull them in, with that payback scale that we have. But that small tire, 15.5, 16 934s, that's going to be a tough one to get more tractors than those classes.
well, like Forksville, we'll have 30, 40 tractors in small tire and big tire up there next weekend. So
last year we seen the biggest jump up was our 4 mile an hour class. We had a bunch of 3 mile an hour guys move up to the 4 mile an hour class.
Yeah.
And I mean, we started getting 15 to 18 in our, say, 42, 47 in the 4 mile an hour class. Still had our normal 40 or 50 in the 3 mile an hour, but our 6 mile an hour is definitely growing too. So we see that here.
I think I was up last year. I think there was 18 tractors in that class.
Yeah.
When I was up, I don't know. You guys, have you guys ever thought about maybe going to any cut small tire?
We talked about it just to make it easier for that small tire cut class, just make it any cut. But it was already in the rules for this year, so we couldn't change it. So that's something we can discuss.
Yeah, it was brought up, and we kind of, being that this year we saw that 4 mile an hour grow so much, but it was mainly the guys just got tired of blowing the horn in the 3 mile an hour class. And they found out we went to mile per hours probably 6 years ago, and them WDs running 38-inch rubber, they found out it was pretty hard to stay 3 mile an hour, and it changed our winning bracket up pretty big. I mean, we had guys that used to dominate with them little WDs, and now they're struggling to keep going. So they've moved up. I know 1 mile an hour doesn't seem like much, but they're loving it. So that's fine, because the 4 mile an hour class, that struggled for us for a couple of years. But last year, I mean, we had 15 to 18 in that 4 mile an hour class. So, I mean, we ran 220 hooks at our fall pull, and we were happy with that. A lot of guys were, so it worked out.
I noticed we got more tractors when we went to any cut because a lot of guys just didn't have decent enough tires just to run top cut.
Right.
Yeah.
That's but if you got a track like your guys, is a good top cut will run with an any cut tire.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what? That just all it does is take a tire that's wore out and brings it back to life. So
yeah, it's been discussed. Like I said, it was just a little bit too late, and everything had been advertised already for this year. So I'm not saying that it's not going to change in the future.
Yeah, it's just a question. I was, was wondering if anybody else is doing that anywhere.
Right.
I know that helped us out a lot. So.
All right, guys. Hey, JR, where are we at on time? We're good?
1 hour on the nose.
You guys got some closing remarks?
I do.
Good.
I absolutely do. I'm impressed that John Smith was able to type that in the chat. Just want to say that.
Me too.
I'm going to hear about that come Saturday.
John Smith is also a member of DELMARVA, and he's pretty good on the side heckler of us all the time, and we're thankful we got him with us.
Absolutely. He's actually owner of East Coast Pro Bowling.
And he has other jobs too. JR, you can fill him in on that.
Yeah, I just said he's owner of East Coast Pro Bowling, him and his wife Gloria, and she takes care of the registration and all the other duties, and John holds the balls up. So, just kidding, John.
Yes.
Yep. Our first pool was Saturday. It's Greensboro.
Yeah. Where's that one at Saturday for your first pool? Greensboro, isn't it?
Yeah, Greensboro. Yep.
We'll miss that.
Shame on.
Yes. So, closing remarks, everybody. Don and Greg, got some closing remarks?
No, thanks for having us again.
Thanks for having us on.
And I'm looking forward to get up that New York pool. I haven't registered yet, but I plan on making it up there with one tractor. Well, just making sure everything's going to run right.
Oh, it'll be all right.
You taking your international up?
I think you were selective hearing on that one.
I got international weights. I bring international weights up.
Yeah, Richard's getting the bite to go to Canandaigua too. He's starting to feel it.
You won't be disappointed.
No, I've never been.
We got that Saturday. That's a pretty full pull. That's a pretty good day of pulling. We do run. There's a couple jackpot classes we run in that. Give the money right back to the puller, the winner, obviously. We normally just do 3 classes. We do a stock, and then we do a small tire, and then a big tire jackpot. So other than that, I mean, like we said, this is our first year running a 2-day pull. So hopefully our guys have got a little steam left for Sunday, because normally by Saturday night, the flagger's getting pretty tired and whatnot. So we'll see what a 2-day event brings this year.
If you come up for Saturday, it'll give you time to figure your tractor out on the track for Sunday's pull. Give you a little bit of advantage. So,
All right, Carl, thank you.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yes,
Much appreciated. Glad you come on. I was getting that short notice, but you made it.
All right.
Glad you was on tonight with us, telling us about stuff.
Always, anytime. We do have more pools at Williams Grove too that are coming up.
You want to say something real quick?
You're right.
They have one May 20th at 3 p.m. and June 9th at 7 p.m.
Yeah, we got a flyer for that.
Yes.
CJR, that's why you need to make the calendar now.
There you go. With your help, Richard.
He was holding that back.
Sure.
He was holding information back.
You know what? If you'll do it this year, I'll help you. How about that?
It's not going to happen this year, but I think it's something to look to build on for 2023.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea.
Too much on my shoulders, man.
Get bigger shoulders.
I'm starting to fall off now as it is. Believe me. For sure.
I can get it done. Yes. You got to do the introduction. I can do the good night.
Yes. You do good.
Sorry I was late. It couldn't be avoided. Thank everybody for being here, and we'll see you all next time. JR, do your thing.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I got to miss the
I don't want to let you down, King Richard.
I got to miss the weights flying off and all that. I can see.
We all watch it
I
for
can
you
see the
now.
outtake. We're good.
Oh, we already saw that, so you're safe.
Right. Don't hit the wrong
Yeah.
one. Make sure it's the end, not the beginning.
Oh, I don't know. Olan, he likes to tip, so if he tips just right, I'll play the intro again first. So.
Yeah.
That's the tip, right? Okay. Hey, thanks everybody for coming on. It's good to meet some of you guys. And by all means, 2024, let's work towards that. If you know some guys that would be interested in collecting all the dates up and sending them to me or something like that. Unless something happens, we can make something happen. Next year, Richard. Next year.
Why do I put off till tomorrow what you can do today?
Shut up, Dave.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Richard's ready to do it. I heard that.
Shut up, Dave.
Yeah, by the way, Dave's kind of hiding in the background there, ain't he?
He's still over here. Look, see? Here. He's still over there. See? He's still here.
I'm still here.
Oh, we hear him. Don't worry about that. We can hear him.
Oh, man. Here we go.
All right, guys, gals, appreciate you joining in, and like, subscribe, share, and check these guys, just do some Google searching and stuff. Check out these antique pulling clubs because, that's the grassroots of tractor pulling is right here, and make it happen for these guys. Put them into the states, get these clubs some money, and it's the real deal. These guys are just as serious about their pulling as the big guys, if you will, not belittling these guys. By all means.
That's where two of my family members started.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nick and Brian Morrison. They're running 466 hot farms now with East Coast Pro Pulling, but they were definitely heavy hitters in the antique world. I'm not calling them cheaters, but they were pretty heavy hitters. All right, we're going to tie you up. You guys want to hang loose here for a few minutes, and gal. I'm going to go ahead and play the outro. And Olan,
Yes, sir.
when do you think we can have another show?
1 month is what 1 month. And then you was talking
I
about
mean, to put you on
somewhere,
the spot.
1 month from now is ideal. And then somewhere we're going to start talking a tech show like of some type.
I would say let's start with our spark plug guy. We get his computer stuff straightened out. We'll,
Yep. We had Paul Crow, a C5 Performance, was going to explain spark plugs, how to read them and understand a lot about spark plugs. We had a lot of diagrams, but we had computer technical difficulties, so we didn't get them on. And somewhere along the way, we're going to do a little tech talk. And we're working on the format for all that right now with JR. And he's kind of going to feel the way for us, and we're going to kind of fall in line. And that's coming up. Yeah, we might even have a tire cutter. You don't know. We might find an engine builder to come on and talk to. We have from Oregon State, Zach Peterson with the Gear Chart book waiting to come on. That elusive holy Bible of gear charts. I'd like to bring him on at some time. So we have a lot of good things to talk about yet on the tech side.
I think some professional lightweight modifiers.
You never know. There's a lot of little home shops building pedestals, all sorts of parts. And just a few minutes to come on and show what they're building. Not endorsing products, but just to show that there's parts available people reach out and get. I think would be beneficial to the tractor pulling world too.
Custom weight manufacturing.
I don't think it's so much. I don't think it's endorsing when you just bring companies in here. I mean, it's for the pulling community. I mean,
it's for the pulling community to know where to go reach out somewhere.
No different than getting the words out to different pools. Just let everybody know who's out there doing what.
Yep. So there's a lot of that out there, and hopefully they'll reach out to us that they would like to come on and talk. Much as the Canandaigua pullers have said that they'd be willing to come on. They got real short notice, but they're here. But
had a good
there's
job.
a lot. Yep, a lot, and so some will say they prefer not to. Others say they do, and I think that's coming. And the upcoming shows, we're just still building what we're up to.
Yeah,
and I think there's
three.
a lot of potential.
Got a long way to go. You're fine.
Thank you,
fellas. I know all about the short.
The thing about it is these shows
have been here ever since.
Yeah, these shows are available 24/7 forever. Once they're done and posted, it's there forever. So what you see early on as hits can grow very quickly throughout time. So
Rich is getting ready to get his autograph pen warmed up. He's all good to go.
Well, it's definitely a good podcast, because I mean that small tire deal. I mean, that I wrote that down. That's a good idea. I mean, that could be fun some weekend to go in 250-pound increments and whatnot. I mean, them small guys, they don't get to pull very much, but you go in jumps like that. I mean, that make a good weekend.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of to be shared. We don't know where the information goes to, and we don't know who picks it up, but we know if we talk about it, it might help somebody.
Right.
And everybody has a sandbox and they're pulling in it, and everybody has a different way to survive, but maybe something we talk about will help someone somewhere. And that's what we're trying to do. Yep. Like the scheduling thing is just help somebody somewhere.
Yeah, and this podcast can maybe be plant some seeds for more to come out. So, more shows. I don't know if there's any others going on right now.
So you volunteering to do another show for somebody else?
That's what I heard.
Whenever, whatever.
My Lord, he's got a lot. He wants to stay busy. He's going to do our website.
I'll stay.
Now he wants to do another podcast.
You want a website? You want a page?
Ain't no websites involved. Oh, whoa!
Now you want more podcasts? We're good.
He's getting even for the John Deere International jokes. That's okay. I mean, it's a thought I had. I was wondering. I said, "There's no one central location that anybody can go to and see, where there's a pool in New York, or Pennsylvania, or, and it more so. It's even the same way with the bigger leagues, But everybody has their own websites there.
Stop backpedaling.
But when you look at the antique pulling, you guys have clubs all over the freaking place. That's what I'm saying. You need something, that people can go to and say, well, that's not too far from home, or hey, why don't we go there or to go pool, whatever. So just a thought. It's a
good thought.
It's a really good thought. Oh, I'm sure it is. And you look, that dummy's going to do it. Okay, now. I know Nicole will do it. Nicole's dedicated. She'll.
No more. No.
I think I read her lips. She said yes. Yeah. Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's what she said. Yeah.
No.
I want to get shot. She don't live too far away.
Nope.
All right. Anyway, we've been trying to get out of here for 15 minutes. So, wow. Yes, there's your answer, huh? There we go. Made her so mad she cut out on us.
I was trying to avoid the tractor noise in the background.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and play this outro, and you guys are gonna hang loose here for a few minutes. We'll be right back. But everybody, thanks for watching. By all means, spread the word, man. This podcast is important to these guys, and we wanna reach everybody we can. So be sure to check it out. Cool. You okay, Olan? You're not smiling.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
All right.
We're good. Thank you.
All right, hang tight. Everybody, thanks for watching. Be back soon.